we are about the people. And the moment you forget that and
Mm,
make it about yourself, that's
mm,
just not someone I want to work with.
mm. If you could have done something differently at the beginning of starting your businesses, what would you do?
It's changed my life and it's allowed everyone to book, send diary invites and a text message, and I don't have to do anything and it all syncs and all I have to do is a confirmation. So I'm very impressed with the product.
Hi, I'm here with Geraint Gardner from Melbourne Auctions, who's been a long time You Can Book Me user. It's really great to see you, Geraint. Thank you so much for agreeing to be part of our customer showcase.
Awesome. Thank you, Bridget. Appreciate it.
So, first off, just for the sake of the introduction, Geraint, tell us a little bit about what you do. Tell us a bit about Melbourne Auctions.
So Melbourne Auctions is a company where I am a hired auctioneer to call property auctions across Victoria, and it allows other agents to obviously book me in, and that's me. So I'm a booked auctioneer across Victoria.
You're like an auctioneer for hire. You're going in and you're selling houses for people whose process needs somebody like you. Do you have to have a license to do that? Do you actually have to have a sort of a certification?
Yeah, correct. So we have a lot of background training. I'm also a licensed estate agent. So ultimately, what that leads to is other agents or agencies that don't have auctioneers, or particular don't have the skills to call their own auctions will then hire my services to carry out that auction process to finalize the sale for those clients.
So we've got a sort of a phrase inside You Can Book Me, which is that you need to fall in love with the problem, not the solution. So in your
Yep.
case, in the business that you run, what is the problem that you've fallen in love with? What is the thing that you get motivated to solve?
I'm people. So my job, I get to meet people every single day, and you'll get different people, and the emotions that you'll find. You'll have some clients that are crying in your arms. I guess with property, there's a lot of emotion behind property. Not every day do people get to sell homes. And when you deliver an amazing result, I think that's what keeps me going, is because you've achieved something. Like we've had clients that have achieved, 150 and $200,000 more than what they've ever expected. And that extra money changes people's lives. And it's
Mm.
interesting because we had a recent result over the weekend, and the client just come up and said, you've changed my life. My wife can now retire based on the extra $80,000 you got on the property today. So there's some big things that really keep you going in real estate, and that's one of them is people and the success behind that.
What keeps you up at night then? What do you worry about? What is, in terms of running your
Yep.
business, you're obviously running quite a tight ship. What do you worry
Yep.
about?
I don't worry at night anymore. So
Mm.
as far as what keeps me up at night, I don't worry. I've got a policy for me is that I don't respond to emails after 9 o'clock. I don't check my emails after that period. And unless it's an emergency, people know not to call me. I think setting clear boundaries early on, I didn't do, but then worked it out later on, is that we've got to have clear expectations. Now that I've got really good systems, I have everything in a diary. There is no reason for me to be up at night because I know exactly what I'm doing every day.
I think we can all take a leaf out of your book then in that case, Geraint, and learn how you're doing it. How long have you been in business for? How long have you been running your auctioneer?
Auctioneer business now since 2013. So
And
I
is
own a real estate business myself. So not only do I have Melbourne Auctions, I actually own a company as well. And that's, 13 staff. We are a sales office and rental office. So we deal on the forefront of real estate. And literally my weekends are then calling auctions for other agencies. So I've got a good team and they generally will handle that office during that period or those sales. And that gives me the flexibility to also carry a second business on.
the question I had then in that case, if you've been going since 2013, you've obviously got a second business, you're really experienced. If you could have done something differently at the beginning of starting your businesses, what would you do? How have you reflected over this time?
I think starting a business, you need to be clear with guidelines and timelines, and you need to have real good diary management. I've done the hours of 11 o'clock and, doing contracts at 11:30 and 12 and driving home and getting home at 1. I think for anyone starting out, find the systems that are going to work for you. Use your diary like it's your must. Like your diary is your go-to, and everything should be in it. Every appointment, every
Mm.
birthday, every lunch, every bill should be going in your diary so you know where your monies are coming in, what's going out, and it'll give you a good sense of control over your life.
How did you start from scratch? How did you get your first customer and then how did you grow it?
So I started from scratch selling my own clients' properties and being the auctioneer. So I was the agent you would list with, and I would be the auctioneer at the end. And then what had happened is I started to promote my auctions and the way I did things online. So then it went back onto online and targeted, I guess, other agencies. So I used targeting systems there. I did a lot of video around auctions. And then I decided, well, let's make a page around Melbourne auctions and start to post on that. And then what happened, it started to draw other agents in with the success and to give them a feel of my style. And then eventually I started to network with other agencies and they said, hey, would you be interested in calling a couple of auctions for us? I said, yep. Generally, what I'd do is I'd say, look, let's do one together. And if you feel that it's going to be a relationship that we can do and you like my technique, then we can continue on and go from there. And then had those agencies then promote videos of their successful auctions that I happen to be a part of, which then spread the word to other
Right.
agencies that then started saying, hey, he's all right. Let's use him for our next auction. And I think it's really just that network of bouncing off each other.
Word of mouth and reputation.
Word of
And I
mouth.
mean, and it sounds to me like it makes a big difference if you have the right auctioneer, you could make
Yeah.
an extra 50, 60, $100,000. I mean, that's
Easy. Easy
huge.
100,000, no
Yeah.
problems.
How do you feel about going to conferences and what? I mean, this is just a generalized question, really, that I ask every business because I'm interested in what their community is like for their industry. Would they recommend going to conferences and networking? Is that something that you have got a lot of value out of?
100%. I'm actually heading to Sydney in literally next month. And all the agents kind of go in there from across Australia. They all fly in and they get up to about, I think it's 1,000 people in there. So that becomes then a network. And I kid you not, that networking led me to opening up my company. That was literally from one of those events. I met a CEO of that business that then led to us opening under that business. So networking is huge. There's so much opportunity it can create. And if you're not networking or you're not going to training events, even if you know it all, you still go because you will always pick up something or meet someone that you can relate to and then officially do business with later on.
Because there are times when you've actually gone, actually, I don't want your business.
Yeah, absolutely. You will either connect with a client or they will be not engaged at all. I have literally said to the client, look, I just don't think we're going to work well together.
Mm,
And the client will kind of be a little bit shocked in a way. They've already made up their mind because they're so standoffish and they're not willing to open up. And they've generally already said to you that they've got another person that they're already dealing with. And I've generally just said to the client, look, I don't think we're going to work well together. Your thoughts on that? They'll usually say, yeah, look, you're probably right. Look, I
mm,
don't want to waste your time. Let's not waste each other's time. And then you'll
yeah.
leave. And it's the same with the Melbourne auctions. Like you'll have agents that I won't work with, and that's purely on the grounds is that the morals of their business don't align with mine, and we are about the people. And the moment you forget that and
Mm,
make it about yourself,
mm.
that's just not someone I want to work with.
Right, we're going to move to the last section here. This
No worries.
is would you rather? Okay, so this is quite quick fire. Would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
Phone.
Interesting choice. Most people feel like they're going mobile, but you'd rather be free. You already said that you switch it off and you don't like anything after 9 o'clock. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
laptop for work. Lovely. Would
Yeah.
you rather get a new customer, new client, or double your sales to an existing customer?
Double to an existing. I'm very big on loyalty. And if I have a client that supports me and I support them, they'll have my back for their entire time. There's no question about it. Don't rule out new customers, of course, but if you have a client that you can give even more service to, I think you'd be making a mistake of moving away from that client, especially if they've been loyal to you.
Would you rather speak at a huge conference or get a new customer?
I'd love to speak. Oh, that's just me.
Would you rather work with a team of experts or passionate learners?
Passionate learners,
Would you rather be known for product quality or customer service?
customer service,
Talk me through that.
product quality. Sometimes it might be out of your control, depending on where that product's coming from. But I tell you what, you could have a product that someone may be a little bit unhappy with, but if you've given the best service you could possibly give, the likelihood of that client leaving would be unlikely, and it would be an opportunity then to rectify if it was a product that you could change. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, Geraint, for sharing all of your wisdom. You know, the reason why we're doing this is so that other people can learn from you and the way you've run your business. I can see you have a huge amount of experience, and it's great to be able to capture that here today. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
No, Bridget, I appreciate it, and thanks to you guys for making a platform that's absolutely amazing, because it's changed my life, and it's allowed everyone to book, send diary invites and a text message, and I don't have to do anything, and it all syncs, and all I have to do is a confirmation. So I'm very impressed with the product.
I understand that given the fact you've got so much of your life under control, I can see why you use a tool like YouCanBookMe. It's made for
Yeah,
people like you, Geraint. So thanks
it's
very much
awesome.
indeed. All right then.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Take care. Thanks for your time.